Today I'm going to talk about my favorite game mechanism in Ex Libris. This is a game from Renegade Games that I played for the first time this past weekend. And while it's not a game that I think I'll play again, there is a mechanism that I really enjoy in the game that I wanted to talk about here. And this is the use of special workers and how they're implemented. So this isn't a new mechanism. We've seen games where you have a few regular workers and maybe one special worker, or maybe all your workers are unique compared to the other players. But this game implements it in a really nice way. First, every player has 3 basic workers. If you don't want to even use the special workers, so say it's your first time playing, you're not ready for that asymmetry, you can just pull out your 3 normal workers, and on the back side, or I guess the front side of your player mat, has those. It's just plain. It's just a basic side, no special abilities. But when you're ready to jump up to, I guess, the slightly more advanced version, it's not that much more complicated. We played with the special workers in our first game. You flip over the player mat. On that side, it has the special worker ability. And instead of taking 3 normal workers, you take 2 normal workers and your special worker, which is represented by a really beautiful, large, unique meeple. I had like the fire elf or fire gnome or something like that. There's a gelatinous cube. There's a snowman. Very unique looking special workers, each with a very unique ability that fits well into this fantasy world of Ex Libris. And the abilities are all unique. Some of them are things that require you to pay attention to what other players are doing, but they're simple enough abilities that it's not that hard to keep track of the different abilities at the table. And a few of them, like mine, didn't really impact other players all that much. It was just something that I could do on my turn, or I could not. It was an optional special ability. It's a very clean implementation of special workers, which I really, really like. There's not that much complication to it. It's just you have all these special workers, you randomize these player mats, or maybe give 2 to each player, let them choose what special worker they want at the beginning of the game. And I just really liked kind of the variety, the interesting choices it added to the game. Do I use my normal worker right now, or do I use my special worker? The timing of when you use different special workers can matter. And I just like the extra layer of decisions they added. So I think if you're designing a worker placement game, I think this is a nice, clean implementation for you to consider. Give each player a few normal workers and 1 special worker that's unique. And the special workers, like something I've struggled with in my game sometimes is, how do you remember who has the special worker? And in this game, it's very clear. The player mat has the art for that special worker on it. So it's very clear who has which special worker at any given time. And plus, it's only 4 players. It goes up to 4 players. So it's really easy to remember which your special worker is and who has the other special workers. But if you forget, you can look around the table and easily see on the player mats, okay, that player has the snowman, that player has the golem or whatever the other, and the gelatinous cube, all those other workers. So really nice, clean implementation. If you have a game that uses special, unique workers, I'd love to hear about how they implement it in the comments. Or if you have a favorite mechanism in Ex Libris, I'd love to hear about that as well. Thanks.